The next step in Tier 1 kelp monitoring is to map the perimeter of the kelp bed.
The most common tool for Tier 1 mapping is a boat or a kayak. If you are also using a drone to map the area, you can get more specific information about that in our video titled Drone Survey Methods.
Using your data collection app or a data sheet, record GPS points along the outside edge of the kelp bed. Record enough points to map the general shape of the bed. Imagine connecting the dots on a map when you've finished. For kelp fringing the shoreline, map the offshore edge with GPS points and record the width of the kelp bed, the distance across the kelp to the shoreline, at each GPS point. You can estimate this or use a rangefinder for a more accurate measurement. For larger kelp beds, map the entire perimeter with enough points to record the general shape. For example, if the kelp bed is roughly square in shape, you will need 4 points. More irregular shapes will need additional points anytime the edge of the kelp bed changes direction. At each of your GPS points, you will also record an estimate of the kelp density within that location. Density is recorded using a score from 1 to 5, very low to very high. Here are some examples for each category. 1 is very low density, meaning less than 20% of the water surface is covered. Kelp here will be sparse and patchy. 2 is low density, meaning 20 to 40% of the water surface is covered. 3 is medium density, meaning 40 to 60% of the water surface is covered. 4 is high density, 60 to 80% of the water surface is covered. And 5 is very high density, with 80 to 100% of the water covered. Kelp here is continuous, blanketing most of the surface. Don't worry about being exact here. Talk to each other and provide the best estimate you can.